Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is a test for, I suppose this is like the first ever live streamed game of Scrabble in Irish history, is what this is. But it is test number three to see that all of this technology is working. Now, what you're seeing right now is Bambi Thug, our esteemed Eurovision entrant and next saint, who is playing against her rival from Eurosong. You may remember Ailsha. Now, her name isn't Gubbins, but she's Gubbins for the purpose of this because that's what I wrote in, so that's what she's going to be. Actually, do you know what? That's unfair. She's not Ailsha Gubbins. She's actually Ailsha Davy. That's her name. So let's do it properly. There you go. Ailsha Davy. There we go. You like that? That's fair. Okay. Now, player one is Bambi Thug. She has QALTDIN on her rack, and she's going first. So let's see what she does. Is the board upside down?
No.
It is. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind. I'll fix that. I'll fix that now. Transform. Horizontal, maybe? Right 180 degrees. Wait a second. Does that work? Oh no, I made a mistake. Undo. Okay, I need the actual board phone webcam. Right, this is the one I need to do stuff with. Okay, so this one, transform and flip 180 degrees. That might do it. Yeah, that worked. Perfect. Okay, so sorry about that. That was just a little bit of. There's going to be. This is a test, so there's going to be technical stuff going on. So the first move was Leanie, although we'll call her Bambi Thug for the purpose of this. And she scored. What did you score for your first move, Leanie?
1, 2, 3, double is
Leanie scored 6. I mean, Bambi Thug scored 6, and then Ailsha, Kevin, what did you score?
Great question.
Work it out. Tell me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. Okay. So that's the current state of play. We have Bambi on 6 and Ailsha on 11. Oh, Bambi just played. Stop playing so fast. It's annoying. I need to get to grips with this. So Bambi just played. I need to know the score. You got to tell me the score when you play.
4, 5, 6.
Okay. Another 6 for Bambi, which brings her up to 12. Okay. 12 plays 11. Now, if this was a normal game and they weren't playing super fast, I would be able to commentate on what the racks are. I need your racks. Every time you change, I need your racks. Oh, God. No, you can't play this fast. This can't be this fast. It has to be slower. It's too frenetic. Okay, what was your latest play?
XI.
And your score?
1, 8, 9, 8, 16, 24, 32, 33,
Yeah.
34.
Your go doesn't end until you've counted up and said your score. That's the rule. So do that here as well because it makes my job easier because it's hard enough to do this. So that's 44 in total then. 33, was it? Wait, was
it was 34.
So you're 45 now. Okay. Right, so the score and show me your rack. Okay. God, this is hard. Okay, it's so fast. Okay, so that's that. And Leanie, show me your rack, will you? Okay, keep it there for the moment. We're doing a live stream test. This isn't going live. Okay, so that's the updated racks, and there's the board. Whose turn is it? Player one to play?
Yeah.
So at the moment, player one is about to play something. There we go. So the word T is coming down for how many points is that?
3.
3. Excellent. Geniuses. So 3 for player 1, putting her on 15. And your latest rack is? Show me your rack. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that's everything up to date. Now, so we're waiting for Ailsa to play. At the moment, Ailsa has Cadebutt on her rack. Cadebutt. And I wonder, is there anything good from that? Let's check. Are there any bingos on that? Because it looks like there could be something. It's not the worst set. So there isn't any there isn't any 7 in this rack. He does have Abduct, but stands 2, and there's nothing, no 8s with the floaters on the board either. So he's playing Abduct, strangely enough, which might be a slightly dangerous play, leaving open the possibility of an S hook to the triple for his opponent, should she have an S. $25. So the score is currently 15 plays 70 in favor of Ailsa. This is like the exact opposite to your song, where Ailsa got trounced by Bambi Thug. Now, I think Bambi is very, very quickly playing a counter move here, playing heel. What's the score here?
That is 4, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, she's doubled her score. She's now on 30. 30 plays 70 is the current score. Now I need to look at what the updated racks are. So let's check what Kevin, aka Ailsa's rack now is. So this is Ailsa's updated rack, and Bambi's updated rack is as follows. Can you get me everything there so I can see what's going on? Okay.
Looking at my double word.
Okay, so that's the current state of the racks. And oh, it looks like Ailsa is coming out with a play here. Ooh, this looks very fancy. What is coming down here? Do we have our first bingo of Irish live stream Scrabble? Oh my goodness. Foisting for an excellent 8-letter play from our number 2 seed in this game, Ailsa.
Doubled is 28 plus 50, 78.
78 for that bingo. What an impressive play from Ailsa, aka Kevin. So that puts him / her on a score of 148. This is starting to get very interesting. Okay, have to adjust the score there because it doesn't stay centered inside that blue area. So if it goes into the hundreds, you have to kind of recenter it. So that's something I will need to mention to the person who will be driving the stream on Sunday, because that's something I didn't think of until it happened to me. Okay, so
try the light.
No, we could do it something because okay, no, that's too bad. Try and not make a shadow go on that board because it goes really dark when that happens. Okay, so let's get the updated racks here from Kevin. So Kevin's rack, he's player 2. Gotta remember who player 2 is. It's very important. He now has okay. Interesting. Leanie, you haven't played? Why is that shadow on the board? Why is it so dark? Can you move your chair down this way, maybe? Just make sure that the No, that seriously, that's fixed it. That fixed the problem. The board was in shadow until then, for some reason. What's the blank, Leanie?
A T.
A T for hat, yeah?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So 5 with the blank. Hat. That is the way to do it. So you're now on 35.
Oh, that's your luck.
Okay. And your new rack, Leanie, is as follows. Tell me it. Tell me your new rack. Show it to me. I can't see the first letter. Get your finger out of the way. Put it down so I can see it. Down this way. Angle it so I can see it. Angle slightly this way so I can see it. This way forward. Yeah, forward. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's perfect. Looks like Kevin has a follow-up play coming to foisting. I wonder if it's a good way of showing a blank with these. The ring is shining on the board. To put it in a different angle, put it up a different kind of way. Somewhere, yeah, out over the microwave. I think might work. If it can go up there, can it? It can't really, can it? No, it can't. It's not even pointing at this thing now. Yeah. The main problem I have is there's glare from that light going on foisting and making it look shite. That the ring, you can see the ring when it's there. You see the ring when it's there, and when it's there, and when it's there, and when it's there, and when it's there.
Okay, so you can see the ring.
Yeah, the ring, it would need to be facing in such a way where it shades light without being over the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the main problem I have in this situation is that there's glare from the main light on the word foisting, so you can't see the letters, and it's really pissed me off. Look at it.
I know, I saw it. That's why.
Oh, okay.
The light.
Okay, here comes Kevin. I mean, Ailsa with a good play here of key.
10 triple. 10 triple is
30.
35. And then 10 triple is 30. So 35 is 65.
That's not too bad. You're slaughtering poor Leanie here at this game. So 65, you say?
Yep.
200. 213, I think you're on. So we have 35 playing 213 now. Yeah. And your new rack is. Let's have a look. Okay. Nice. That's Kevin's new rack. He's still sitting on the blank there. Is there anything with that? Ooh, there is a bingo. There's a 7-letter bingo on his rack right now. Do any of you spot what it is? Now, the thing about it is there any way to play that word? Oh, there is. There's a spot for it. It plays underneath. Rods, actually. Interesting. You played Oi. What's the score?
It's on a double letter score.
What's the score of it, though? I need to know the actual number. How many? Okay. 3, 8. Very good. That'll do. And your new rack, Leanie, show it to me so I can see it. Yeah, that's perfect. Now let me just see. Okay, thanks. Okay, that is her new rack. Let's have a look and see, is that rack any good as regards maximums? Okay, is there a 7 on Leanie's rack right now? There isn't, unfortunately. Okay. Is there... oh, no. No, there isn't. There's a 6-letter word she can make. But we could do it a 7 here. Okay. Here comes Kevin, aka Ailsa. What is he doing? Oh my goodness, he found it. He found Jurymen. He found Jurymen. That is so impressive. That was the only bingo available in that set. That is so good. You need to play in a tournament sometime. He found Jurymen, Michelle. There was no other valid 7 in that set.
Force him to pick which one it is.
Should do, yeah. We're low numbers. Although he has a job to.
8, 15.
He's good at this, Leanie.
It's
Too good,
30,
I think.
35 plus 50 is 85.
85's not bad, yeah. 85's pretty good. So 298 you're on. Plays 38. You're only leading by 260.
Oh,
And did I already checked your new rack? I did, yeah. There's actually no 7 on that, Leanie, and there's no 8 can be made either, unfortunately.
What's this?
It's a T.
T?
Yeah. Now, so we have, ooh, very fancy breath. Count that up there for Kevin, will you? And see what the score is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doubled is 18.
18 is not bad, Leanie. Nice score. So that puts you on 56. Very good. What's wrong?
Rack.
Oh, I never did your rack. And you're player 2. I keep forgetting what player people are. So your new rack is... Okay, that's Kevin, aka Ailsh's new rack. And do we have Leanie, aka Bambi's new rack? Do we? You there, yeah? Let's have a look. So, ooh, that's a bit tricky. Is that an L at the end or an I? I need to see down the waist. Oh, it's an I. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, Leanie has a horror show of a rack.
God, this horror.
It's pretty bad. What do you think? Can you see anything good from that set? As if our luck couldn't get any worse. Jesus, I'm telling you now. Okay. Let's see what's on Kevin's rack. Because it looks pretty promising. There might be a snaky 7 in here. Let us see what there is. There is no 7. However, there are 8 through the correct floaters. Do we have the correct floaters on the board, though, in the right positions? Oh, we do. I think we do, lads. I think there is an opportunity here. Yeah, there is. Now, let's check Leanie's rack and see how good that is. Well, we already know how good it is. It is shockingly shite. But let's see, is there any long words can be made from that at all? Are you seeing anything yourself? If you're watching along. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the longest word that can be made from her rack right now on its own is a 4.
No.
And there's no 8-letter word can be made from those letters. So it's a bit grim. What might be a good strategy here for Rosaline to try and catch up a bit would be to offload some of the horrible tiles, some of the vowels in the V. If you get rid of, say, 3 vowels in the V, that would be brilliant. But is there any way of doing that? I don't think there is. But probably one of her best moves would be to play Ava as a tribute to Kevin's friend. That would be a good move. Get rid of 2 of those A's and V. Probably her best strategy at this point. Or maybe the word via. Although, no, you do want to get rid of all those. It's too many A's. Ava is probably the way to go here if you can fit Ava somewhere. Kevin's having a good long think about this move because there is something on offer for him. And given how he saw jurymen earlier, and this word is more everyday, there's a fair chance he's going to see this too. Oh, here we go. There's a D going there. There's a double L going there. You might have seen this earlier. Yes, this is the one. Oh my goodness. He saw it. Recalled. Congratulations to any of you who saw that, who were watching. And it's Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? What did you get for your last play, Lena? What was your last play again? Remind me. It was Breath, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, yeah. Never mind. That's all fine. So 64 onto Kevin's score puts him at 362. That is massive. So it's back to Rosalind with her horror show of what I'd be looking for is a nice place to play Ava, but or yeah, that's not a terrible play. That's pretty good. So she's played Pave for how many?
5, 6, 7, 8. No, 9 doubled 18.
18, which puts her at 74. Nearly at the 100, getting there. And let's see the new racks. Kevin's new rack is what? Give us a quick look there.
Yep.
Okay, so that's pretty horrible. Oh, Kevin has a harsh over rack. Let's see what Leanie has. Has her rack improved or has got even worse? Give us a quick squiz at your rack there, Rosaline. Okay, that's not as bad now as what she had last time. It's improved a little bit. There might be something to do with this. Although, really, if one of those vowels was an E, that might help. It might have been, yeah. The A's are still plaguing her. So let us check what there is from that rack of Rosaline's. Well, there's some 5-letter words that we played, but they're mostly strange words. The only one that's everyday is patio, but everything else is tricky. And there is a really weird 8 can be made from this. There's a really strange 8 can be made from this with an L. Is there a floating L near the end of a word here? Is there an L on the board? No, none of those L's are in the right position. So she does not have a playable bingo here. However, can you see the playable bingo, valid in CSW, that can be played with Leanie's rack and an L? It's very, very obscure. Now, Kevin's rack. Ugh. Let's see what that's like. The maximum from that, the best you can play from that, the longest word you can play for that is a 5. And there is no obscure 8 that can be made with them. So let's see what's going on, lads. So have we got a new play? Whose go is it, by the way, actually? Is it your go? I thought you played Pave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's your go, Kevin, to play something. Yeah. I want to offload some of those clunky letters. Well, they're all shite, though, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
What would you consider on your rack to be the worst vowels on that rack?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a Scrabble player in general would agree with you. And what do you think your worst? What do you think is your worst consonant?
F.
F's not great. Some people I think would consider the W worse in that set because with the F and the Y of if-I, they have synergy, but the W is just ugh. So Kevin's having a good think about this move. I've stopped calling them Bambi and Ailshire because But yeah, this is some. If this was actually Bambi Thug playing Ailshire Davy, it'd be like, well, she may have slaughtered me at your song, but I have some kick-ass Scrabble skills. I'll show her who's boss. That kind of way. Ooh, this is a complicated overlap. Very, very nice. Good stuff.
3, 4, 8, doubled is 16. Plus 4 is 20. Plus 4 is 24.
So that would be 24. Now, what Kevin doesn't realise here is that he's played a phony. So Leanie's going to say challenge.
Challenge.
So challenges, we look it up, we find out that RO is not a word, and Kevin has to take his thing back off again. Unlucky. So that's a score of 0. It remains the same, and it's up to Bambi Thug, aka Leanie, to play a word. By the way, that unplayable bingo that I was referring to that can be made from Leanie's rack plus an L is I've forgotten now. Hold on a second, I'll get back. So it's topalgia. Topalgia. Topalgia is the word that can be made. Do you want to actually see that? Actually, will I show it to you? I'll show it to you. Why not? Here, have a look. It's here. There you go. Fun times. Right. We'll go back to the Scrabble. Now, what would you say Leanie's going to do here? A good strategy would be to get rid of at least PA, make the word pa somewhere. And then the likelihood is if she does that somewhere, if there's a good place for it, like for example, she could play it, getting the P doubled down on recall, making pa and al. Doing pa would be a good move. And that gives her a very good chance of picking up strong letters to bingo with in the next go. So that's a possibility for Leanie here. Or else you could play it by jurymen, getting the P doubled and making JA. That's another place for it. But which one scores best out of those two options? We have to wonder. It's hard to know. Maybe someone can work it out. Oh no, don't do that. Do the thing I said, Leanie. Seriously, it's much better scoring. Do the PA there. Do you see what I'm talking about? Tell her, instruct her, Kevin. Yeah, that. Because you're getting your P doubled twice then. Or is it tripled or doubled?
Double.
Doubled twice, yeah. So that might be a good move. Tell me, which is higher scoring, that move or PA up by jurymen? Making Ja.
Oh. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
It's the exact same. Well, I think in this situation, given that they score the same, it might be wiser to leave it there because you're not leaving open an opportunity for triple. Although that AL with the hot triple square is a very, very hot spot now. And that green is a triple word, is it? Triple letter? Triple letter, of course, triple letter. Yeah. Okay, so what are the latest racks here? What's your latest rack, Leanie? When you have it all arranged, give me a look at it. So you just played Pat and your score was a 16 you score for that?
Yeah.
Okay. 16. You are now on 90. You're catching up. Let's see Lena's latest rack. Okay, hold on 1 second. We'll get there now. So your latest rack is okay. Careful. If they fall, pick them up. And you still have the same horrible rack because of the false C that you played. Okay. Now let me see. Go on. Ooh. He's played foo, no, and go. I am not 100% sure if that's a word. I'll check for you. So I wonder, is Leanie going to challenge this off the board? Will she challenge foo off the board? She won't. She won't bother challenging because she's pleased. She knows her threes and she knows that's valid.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
24?
Yeah.
Not bad. So you're now on 386. This is a good high scoring game here now from you. Okay. Now, Leanie, unfortunately, with this rack, still does not have a playable bingo. That W needs to be offloaded. It's ruining her buzz. Something W, O, and T. If that could be played, the word toe or something might be a good thing to play to clean up her rack here. But there are a few, like there is a ridiculous six with Gat that she could play if she was in the mood for a ridiculous six. Now, Kevin has his new letters, and his new rack is as follows. You ready for this now? It's much improved from what you saw before. It's interesting that both players have an awkward W ruining their racks right now. Without the W, they might both have some serious bingo prospects. But we'll see how this shapes up anyway. What's Leanie going to do? What is she going to do? Is WOT a word, I wonder? Because WOT underneath juryman might be an idea. Because that gets rid of some of her worst letters. I know TOW is, but that doesn't play there. Is WOT a word as well? Let me just check this. I should really know my threes at this stage. It actually is. What? You could play WOT by juryman to get rid of some difficult letters in your rack and possibly bingo the next turn, depending on what you pick up. That could be a thing to do. Is there any better place for it though? Or is there anything else I'm not seeing that's good for you? She could play foot down in the triple, which would score her 1, 2, 3, 21 points, not too bad. But that doesn't really help in the long run. Her next move could be a bingo if she offloads WOT. Or is WOG allowed? Is that a slur? I always forget what the slur is and what isn't. WG is even better if that's allowed. Oh, it's not. It's the slur. Oh well. Yeah, never mind. That's been taken out of the dictionary for being offensive in some way. I think it's some racial thing. Not 100% sure. But I always forget whether it's WG or WOP that's the bad one. Now, so Rosaline's having a little think there. What would WOT score up underneath juryman, underneath the J and U of juryman, and on the double word score? It would score 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 8 is 20. That's not too bad. Foot would score 21. It's one more point, but it's a much worse rack leave. Is there any? I wonder if there's any word that ends in key. She's played what for 20 points? Excellent. Okay, good stuff. She's on the comeback trail here now. 110. Beautiful. And Leanie's going to pick up her new tiles. Let's hope the tile fairy is being kind today. What has she picked up? What could it be? Does she have a bingo on her rack? Does she have a playable bingo on her rack? Is Kevin going to defend? All these questions and more we want to know. Let's see. Okay. She's a bit, what's the word for it? A bit vowel dry at the moment, but that is her latest set. Can you see anything in that? Ooh, if that clunky letter wasn't there, definitely there'd be something. Okay, so there are no 7s on her rack. There are a few 6s. However, through an E, she would have an 8-letter bingo. Unfortunately, there is one floating E on the board available to her, but it's too high up on the board. She could not get down that bingo with the E in that position, and there's nowhere else to play it. Now, there's Kevin with his rack. Kevin, aka Ailsha, and his rack. Let me just check it. Right. There is no bingo on Kevin's rack right now. However, like with Leanie, his rack does make a bingo with floaters. The floaters that would make a bingo are A, N, and R. All of those would create bingos Are there any of those floating on the board in the correct position, though? That's what we need to know. Let's have a look and see. So, let me just check this now. So we need there to be an A. Nope. There's no A available for Waterley. An N. Is there an N available for... No, there's no N available for Winterley. And is there an R available? There is no R available for Writerly. So all three of those 8 bingos that he would have through the correct floaters are not available to him on this turn, unfortunately. Have any of you worked out what Leanie's bingo with her rack through an E would be, though? Do you know what that is yet? Right. What is Kevin going to do? I think he's considering a move. I wonder, will he get rid of some of his difficult tiles in the hope of another bingo? He's had a few of them so far. If he farmed this rack correctly and got rid of the W and the Y, he would have a very strong 5-letter set. But like WYE is a word, so that might be something to play, and also would block the floating E for any potential bingos that his opponent might have. I sound like dweeb now, don't I? I need to stop doing that. God, the shine on that table is something awful. Like right down the end, you see the bit that has like foisting key and foo. That's pretty much like just a big blinding glare at the moment. I hope we can find a way to avoid that happening on Sunday. Because it's a bit of a pain. Oh, I have the score off center. How annoying is that? Let's put that back in the middle. There we go. That's better. Didn't notice that. It's when you went into the hundreds. When you got over 100, then the score went all higgledy-piggledy. Now it's back in the center again. Right, here comes Kev. What's he got for us? He's doing Y. It's the choice of champions. He's going to have a bingo next turn, I guarantee it. What's the score?
18.
18 for Y. 18. That puts you over 400, you know. Hey. Not found.
Found?
Yeah.
Challenge.
No. Leave it alone. Your score is 404. I think that means Lee wins because you're not found. That was an early. Right. Kevin's latest rack. Oh, it did not get improved. He had a bad pickup there. That's very unlucky. That is very bad luck. So his current rack is the awful. Well, it looks awful at first glance, but maybe there's something in it. It's not like the worst. I have definitely seen worse than that. But that's what he's stuck with right now. Can you see anything good in there? Let us check it. Okay. Let us see what's there. Okay, what have we got? There is 1 6 available. 1 valid 6 available in that set. Is there an 8 though with the right floater? Oh, there is. There's an 8 with the right floater. Does he have the right floater? There are actually 3 8s with the right floaters. No. You would need a G at the start of the word for guilty, but that's not there. Is the other one there? No, there's one through the S and one through the Z, and they're versions of the same word. See, can you work it out? I'm not going to spoil it on you this time. Now, has Leanie played?
12.
12 for bag. Okay, nice one. So it's 12 points for Leanie. Put on her on 1, 2, 2. Okay. And let's see what our new rack is like. What's your new rack like? Let's have a look at this now. That's what she's stuck with. Now, her new rack is a bit clunky. You could do with a few more vowels in it, but it's not terrible. I mean, 2 vowels isn't the worst. And there is a rude word for 6 letters that can be made from those. So can you work out what that is? On this board, though, with the floaters available, there's nothing. There's no bingos with that rack, even though it's not terrible. I think the main thing holding us back is the V. That V needs to go. That's holding our rack back. The U isn't the best of vowels, but it does have good synergy with the N. Now, so we are back to Ailsha's go, by which I mean Kevin. It's been a long live stream so far, and the board is still looking pretty good. Quite happy with this. So what has Kevin thrown down for us? He has thrown down the word built,
7, 8, 9.
and the score for it is 9.
Yeah.
That's, I think, your lowest score of the game so far. 413. You're slowing down finally. 413 plays 122, and he's about to pick. God, it would be tricky to do the annotation. Like, let's say if the players are lightning fast, it would be really hard to keep up with them, like, and have everything on screen. That's not the best, is it? Okay, Kevin's fresh rack is as follows. This is his latest rack, and it's got a lot of vowels in it. I wonder, is there anything here? There is a 6 available, but it doesn't stem to any 8s, so there's no bingo here. Now, have you played Vet
For 10.
for 10? That'll do. Vet for 10. So that puts you on 132. Nice.
She gets bed at 11 o'clock.
It's getting late, all right. How many tiles left in sack there, Kev? Give it a quick shake or a quick what are we looking at?
Not loads, but not.
We might go back to doing the super fast version, I reckon. Just throw down anything. What's your latest rack, Leans? Oh, too many ends. Thanks. What'd you get?
Remix for 13.
13. So you're on 426. Nice one. 426. There we go.
Hey, there you go.
This is holding up very well, by the way. That shaky thing is actually staying on screen. It hasn't gone off center or anything. And this has been like this. We've been playing for ages. I played a game with Kevin, and now those two played a game. And yeah, it's holding up well. I think that thing is actually too long. We'll just save it, like.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how close it needed to go to the board to actually see it.
Is or us, not just tag. US.
Okay. That is a pretty grim rack, Kev. Pretty grim. Look what Kevin has in his rack now. State of it. Did you play, Leans?
Yeah.
What you got? Score?
I don't know.
Work out the score, everyone.
triple word score.
So 2 tripled is 6.
And
Two-
bags as well.
Oh,
No.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Looking for some. 4, 5. Okay, 1, 4, 5. Nice. There we go.
1,
Give us your new rack, Lena, when you have a chance.
2 for 21.
21. What's your new rack, Lena? Oh. Oh my god, it's so terrible.
They all end.
I think it's even worse than yours, Gav.
All eyes and ends.
It's all eyes and
There
ends,
we
yeah.
go.
Same as
And
yours,
you played
DIN.
Quinton 21, yeah?
Yeah, and I got an A.
21,
So you can play DIN somewhere.
16, 47, 7.
Or there's an E.
And
somewhere for dime.
you picked up an A into the queue, yeah?
Yeah.
Christ,
Or
what a
you can
rack.
play in with 2 N's in the INN is a word as well.
Oh, that's bad. You know, yeah. What's Lena playing now?
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's on a double.
Lena got 6, so she's 151. Nice one.
Okay, lads, announcement. Bag is empty.
Show us your new rack there.
I don't even have.
Oh yeah, throw it on when you've got a launcher in your rack, basically. Obviously. Ooh, fancy. So that's 2 of them, 2 of them. Okay.
6, 7, each for 8.
Eat for 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Eat
The
for
bag
8. So
empty
that's
set.
8. 8 makes you 4, 5, 5. Okay, and the bag sack is empty, everyone. Rack player 1. What's your new rack, Cal? Show me that. Lucy.
Do you still have the D and deny? Dino, probably.
Done.
Have a D, have a D. No.
I have a word, but I can't find it.
So we're into the very tense end game here. The end game sequence, always a key part of any Scrabble game. So would you say Leni is going to make a dramatic comeback with that brilliant letter she has on her rack? Let's check her rack. That is it, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Her rack currently, there are a few 6s you can make, but there's no 7s and no 8s. So there's not going to be no last minute bingo here from Leni. But where is a good spot for her Z? Is there a good fruitful spot to put the Z? That's the question we have here. Is there a good spot for it? Can you see anything on the board that's a good spot for the Z? I'm not seeing it myself now. Zitty is a word. Zeit is a word. ZE is a word. I mean, you could play ZE and make ZE and we at Y. That is something she could do, but that leaves a big opening for Kevin to play down from the triple. Can't you play a word onto the NO actually from the triple? Or from the Wizen? WIZEN onto the triple from the W of what would be a great play for Leni in this situation. That might be the thing to do. Wizen from the W of what to get a triple with her Z. What a flourish at the end of the game from Leni. Are you listening to the commentary? There are clues. Okay, so that's actually, the glare is on that. You can't really see it, but Wizen is coming down on the board, and that's going to give her a nice solid 1, 2, 3, 7, 17, 51.
Yeah.
51 points. That's your best score of the entire game, Leni. Brilliant. So you've only got that left, okay? 51. So you're now on 202. That's a solid score there now. 202 for Leanie, and what she's left in her rack, obviously, is only this. There we go. So this is the end game now. Kevin has those letters, and he's playing. Oh yeah,
7, 8, 9, 10,
11. Excellent.
with a little treat at the top if you have the letters to freeze in.
I wonder is INT a word? So what you get, Kevin? 11 was it? Kevin 11. So you're on 466. Let me see. Can Leanie use that treat at the top well? Let me just check. Okay, so knit and tin are the two words she has. You could play like in or it from the S and make like.
Could she play like tin from the triple word down?
Where are we?
Like TST.
EI is not a word.
Ah,
That's your problem. But yeah, that would be a nice kind of thing to do.
I don't suppose INT is a word.
I know it's not. The only valid trees from that selection are knit and tin. That's it. So there isn't anything really, really cool she can do up there. Like she could do just in and get the SI tripled and IN tripled and have EN as well, which is an okay move. Is there anything she can play down from like the NO? You see the triple with NO underneath it with tin.
Nino?
Mm.
As in baby?
Let me just check this. El Nino, yeah, I know what you mean. Well, there are 5-letter words can be made with NO and her letters, but they're not. No. El Nino, is that good? Nino is invalid. Weird.
Tino?
Tino, maybe. Is Tino good? Tino is invalid. Into is nearly there. Nearly. Annoyingly not, though. How about like Inno? And you never know. No, that's not good either. I'm not seeing anything massively good. Josh. You have Josh and nah, that's not great either. I wonder is it better to just play tin somewhere and finish? Or is it better to play in and get points? I think at this stage getting the finishing might be a better strategy. I'm trying to see the best out spot. N.
Maybe.
Oh, foot is good. I like foot. Foot is 21 points. That's decent. I go with that. And then if the spot up there remains, you can play your next thing in the next go. So foot gets you 21. That's a nice score. That's been hanging around there for a long time, waiting to be played, hasn't it? So she got 21 there, putting her on 2, 2, 3. That's a decent score. And now all she has left is just in, which you could finish with up in the top corner if it's left for her. But Kevin has what's left in your rack actually, Kev?
Oh.
Oh, ooh, and ooh is a word.
This stuff's left in my rack.
And EO isn't a word, annoyingly enough, so you can't do that thing up there. And I don't know if Uno is a word. I don't think it is.
No. Uno does.
I mean, there are probably a few places that you can finish. Like, there are definitely a few places you can finish with those letters if you want to. Actually, I'm not seeing a huge amount of them. You see, you're rocking. Every time you rock forward, a shadow goes on bags and us. There aren't a huge amount of places to play this. There's a few little spots, but the question is, will you see one?
Is OU a word?
Yeah. You're done, are you?
That should be it, right?
Excellent.
2,
So
3,
odd and
4,
out
5, 6,
and
7.
ooh. 7. That's a good score. That's a good number to finish on. So do a little handshake over the board there. Go on, laugh.
I'm not finished.
No, do a handshake over the board. You finish because he's finished. Yeah, over the camera, like. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
The way it goes now is what you've got left in your rack is IN. So you can do one final flourish play because it's the first ever live stream, so you have to celebrate. So you do IN up there. What's that, Gar? Count it up for? 1, 2, 3, 4 tripled.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14, and we'll give you the points for that as well. And there we go. So you finished with 7, making you 4, 7, 3, and then Leanie got an extra snaky 14 for the laugh at the end. Because sure, why not? Which means, oh god, what score were you on? 2, 2, 3, wasn't it? Oh, I totally effed up. I gave her 2, 1, 4 out of dozeness because it's a 14, but it's actually 2, 2, 3 plus 14 is 2, 3, 7. Okay, 2, 3, 7. So our final scores under this scoring system is Kevin finishes on a ridiculously high 473, and Lena finishes on 273, and that is our trial. Now I need to watch this back and see was there any. Go on, say hello. Say hello, sure.
Yeah.
That's Lena there. She just came second in that game. Silver medal, everyone. Silver medal. Right, that's test number 3. Hopefully it all looks good on screen. I'm happy that the board is still in the correct position because that thing we have that's holding up the camera looks like it shouldn't be as stable as it is, but it's done a very good job. Right, so I suppose it's time to log out. Over and out. We will see you on Sunday for some proper live stream Scrabble. Maybe 1 or 2 more tests in between just to get things exactly the way we want them.
If you're not giving the people their perfectly square letters, prove that all the.
Oh, yeah. No, they still see it. It's still on the board. They can see it getting tidied up into tournaments, tournament formation. But you know what?
People want to see
Okay,
their
fine.
letters.
I'll give the people what they want. Here, do an eye roll at that. Yeah, exactly. This cough is starting to annoy me. I've had it since before Croatia. So that's coming up on, well, not quite a month yet, but at least 3 weeks. Because I had it before Croatia. I had it before the Activate concert, in fact. So I've had it since around, I'd say, the 24th of April. So 3 weeks. There you go. And you know, some people will get really triggered if you don't do it like that. You see the way you have it in the 4 corners like that.
Mm-hmm.
What I tend to do, because I don't care massively about that, even though I should, it's the kind of thing I should care about, is wherever the population lives, I build the square there. So I'll have 4 perfect squares, but they won't be exactly in the corners like that. There might be 1 over from the corner, or 2 down from the corner,
I put them in the corner.
or what's really annoying is if you do the 2 squares beside you and they make a big, huge, long rectangle. That's the most annoying thing you can do. Anyway,
As it
there we
happens,
go.
The population is spread out enough that there is close enough to the corners anyway.
That'll do. Okay, so that's test number 3 over and out. We'll leave it there. Bye-bye.